Hello and welcome into another exciting episode of The Scene. I'm your host, Bubba Starts, and this episode is a special edition. Here's some more interviews from Midwest Country Music Organization Award Show Jam Night, April 26th, 2024, at the Gardens in Okoboji. Oh, welcome back to Jam Night, y'all. We're sitting down with Jason Kincel, the front man for the Jason Kincel Band from Baxter, Iowa. How you doing, Jason?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great, man. There's a great vibe in here, ain't it? The music's pumping. Everybody's feeling good. This is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of amazing artists under this roof. So.
Awesome. Yeah, man. I'm loving it. I'm a new MCMO member myself, and have you been in the association long?
I've been in since about November of
Okay, so relatively new
yep.
as well. Awesome. Is this
Yep.
your first event that you've done, or have you been in some other things with the guys?
First one, yep.
First one, yeah. What a time. Well, this is great. Well, we're popping our cherry together, buddy. This is great.
Absolutely.
So for our listeners, why don't you give us a little bit about, tell us who Jason Kincel is.
So I grew up on country music. I actually had a pretty long phase of my life where I went away from country and I listened to a lot of rock and rap and things. And I kind of came back to my country roots when I started playing guitar. And I was about 20 years old. I started playing guitar and singing along to some country music. I kind of associate a little bit more with the older style, 80s, 70s, early 90s country. And for newer stuff, I'm a little bit more partial to the red dirt stuff like Tyler Childers. So.
And I love Tyler Childers, man. That's great.
Absolutely.
And you're playing all that 80s and early 90s country. I know my wife Danielle would love to hear your band playing. Are you signed up tonight for Jam Night?
Yes, I am.
Oh, heck yeah. I am too, man. I'm really looking forward to getting out and playing and doing everything. You nominated for anything this weekend, Jason?
Nope. This year I just kind of wanted to come check it out and, just meet everybody.
Yeah.
Meet all the other members.
Hey,
a lot of incredible people.
Me too, man. That's why I brought the microphones and grabbed a table here tonight at Jam Night and said, hey, man, I don't know anyone, so come get to know me. We'll get to know you, and then we'll share with everybody. So thank you so much for being here with us, and everybody make sure to check out the Jason Kincel Band everywhere that you find it. That's Kincel, Kincel. Luke Lynell joins the scene.
Oh, man.
What's up, man? American Outlaw Country.
Yes, sir. A little bit of Americana, a little bit of outlaw country.
Fuck, I love it, man. St. Paul, Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
That's right, brother.
So we're coming south. I used to live down here in Spirit Lake, Iowa.
Okay.
And, oh, man, it's fun to be back.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So what are you doing in St. Paul?
I'm trying to play as much music as I can and pay the bills, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. So you full-time?
No, sir. No, sir. I got to have the day job.
Weekend warrior?
Exactly.
All right,
exactly.
That's awesome.
So,
You're a member of the organization?
I am indeed. We've been down to Nashville. We've done some co-writing and some playing down there and trying to branch out. And, oh, man, it's fun to connect with all these artists because we're all on the road.
Yeah.
We're all busy all year long.
It's cool,
and it's
man.
like, this is the one weekend.
This is great. So I've had a bunch of guys on that are members and gals too now today, and we had Samuel John on.
Oh, yes.
He wrote a song called Set Me Free, and it was early in the morning, and I was probably a little sensitive, man, but his song shook me to the core, man. I was in tears listening to it.
I played a show with Samuel John a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
Maybe a month ago now, but, man, the talent that we have in the Midwest, I'm biased, Minnesota, of course, but it is
South
amazing.
Dakota, brother. We're out here too, man.
Yes, sir.
We're out here
yes,
too.
sir. I grew up road tripping out to South Dakota.
Awesome.
And half my songs are about those experiences.
That's
going
cool,
out to
man.
the farm. And,
yeah, that's cool, man. That's where we live. So we live down around the Yankton area. We're out in a little farm town called Tyndall, and we love it out there, man. And we love the vibe and.
Oh man, you head north to the pheasant capital of the world in Redfield, South Dakota, and man, all my childhood memories.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you're a Midwest kid. You're a proud Midwesterner. I know Sam is too.
Absolutely.
It was really, like I said, the song really just shook me because we don't need Nashville, man. It's nice that we can go there, but we got everything we need right here. Look at these. Look at these beautiful people, man. Look at this.
Absolutely.
This is cool, man.
There's something to be said about everything we learn and we grow up with in the Midwest, and the fact that there's an organization now that supports us all and allows us to express our music and the stories that we have.
Yeah, that's right, man. Well, hey, that's what the scene is all about. I'm going to toss you one of those. I'm going to toss you one of the stickers for my band so you remember us by. We're going to get you out to South Dakota, brother. You're going to come back. You're going to come play some shows, man.
I can't wait to get out there.
We got gigs in Sioux Falls. We got gigs in Mitchell, man. We're right around you. We're right here, and we're trying to get our guys out into Minnesota and keep spreading this, man. Cross-pollination, that's what I call it.
Absolutely. I was talking to Colin Donnelly earlier.
Cool, yeah.
About getting out to Sioux Falls, and let's keep heading west.
Yeah, man. Keep coming. I grew up in Deadwood, brother, so I got connections out there still, too, man. The Black Hills is wide open, so, yeah, there's a lot of good things happening.
Absolutely.
A lot of good. You just keep playing music. We're going to get her done.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Luke, thanks for joining the scene. That's
Hell
Luke
yeah.
Lynell. All right, y'all, it's time for a scene first. With me now, Brandon Schmidt. He's the drummer and the first bus driver on the scene. He's with the Jessica Luby Band. They're in town at MCMO Award Show. Yep. You guys are New Artist of the Year nominees. How's that feel for a bus driver?
Well, bus driver, electrician, mechanic. It feels good. It feels good. I played music for a lot of years, and I guess I just got thrown into the driving position because I trust nobody else, right? You know. So.
In all seriousness, though, no, you're part of the band. You're the drummer back there. Let's talk a little bit about that. We have a lot of singer-songwriters on, a lot of front people, right, all the time. But what is it to play, as a drummer in a band, playing in a lot of bands, I'm assuming, over the years, and then finally having something like this where you crack through and feel like things are going the right direction? Can you kind of talk about what that is as just a musician and not the musician, right?
Every position, like every band I played in as a drummer, you just how do I say that? Every band I played in as a drummer, it was you're always in the background of things, but you give it your all, right, and you hope for the best, and you just play the music to the best of your ability. And I've played with some really shitty musicians, and I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm the greatest drummer out there, because I'm most definitely not. But I give my all, and it's super cool to sit back behind Jessica and watch her grow, because what she was doing before with the he said she said thing, and then stepping into a live band situation where she had never really done that, and just to step into that role was amazing. And so we've been together not even a year yet, and we're already at the CMO. It's like that's freaking cool, dude, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. It took off fast for you guys. I've been a follower for a while. Obviously, we just had Jessica on a second ago and talking about, I'm from the Black Hills as well. And so I've been following you guys for a while, but just watching it explode over the last 12 months. And obviously that has a lot to do with Jessica and her stage presence and the song selection you guys are coming with and the place it comes from. You guys love music, and I think that comes out in the live performance, and obviously getting some recognition from the Midwest Country Music Organization is so awesome, man.
Cool.
Well, we're really happy to have some members from South Dakota here to party with and hang out with, man. It was getting a little lonely here, but we're glad to have you. And
I think we're the farthest ones.
By far probably, I would assume. From the hills, yeah, and we're probably the second farthest coming from Tyndall, right? So, I mean, where it's not, you got a lot more on us. But, hey, Brandon, thanks so much for joining us and being out here, and good luck to you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
Oh, baby, it's jam night. I'm your host, Bubba Starts, and with me right now is Matt Graunke.
What is going on, Bubba?
Matt, it says your instrument genre style here on my little list says rockin'.
That's accurate.
That's accurate.
That's accurate.
Tell our listeners who Matt Graunke is.
My name is Matt Graunke, and I have a proud band behind me called the Crow River Rebellion, and we go as Matt Graunke and the Crow River Rebellion.
I love that.
But this weekend, I'll get into why my band is not down here this weekend later. But this weekend I'm here because I'm on the board of directors for the Midwest Country Music Organization. I'm been with them for about 4 years now. I was a charter member when we started this whole thing and started volunteering for some stuff and some projects. And then they're like, hey, do you want to do more of that? I'm like, well, yeah, I guess. So I've been working with this group for a long time, and it is just really, really special. It's our second year down here in Iowa, and this is just wild. Like, the first year we came down, it was like we got here about an hour early. We're like, well, let's get a bite to eat, and you know, the show starts about 7, and people start filtering in, and we got here tonight. We got here an hour and a half early, and a guy in the hallway said, "You better find a seat."
That might have been me, because that's what I said to some people walking in. I was like, boy, I thought I got here early enough. We were lucky to set up the podcast booth here and do our thing. Matt, I want to thank you as a new member and a new friend. Looking in from the outside, I went, damn, that's a cool group of people. And now that I'm inside the door, I was 100% correct on my assumptions, man. You know, a great group of people here tonight celebrating music all together and all weekend. There's Paul Thomas there, too. Yep. This is just cool, man. I appreciate you guys' work. This is awesome, man. This is exactly what it should be.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I got to bring the mics and find a little space here, talk to all these artists at one time, and grow our little podcast, because our podcast growing means that MCMO is growing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everything that I've ever dreamed of, you guys are already doing, right? I went, oh my God, here, take my money. Yeah. Let me be part of the club and let's get to work, right?
No, this is so fun, Bubba. We, we all kind of came into this for the same reason. A bunch of us were just artists. The org got started by industry folks that were just kind of like, they all loved country music, and they're like, what if we all got together and just like figured out a way to work together? And not literally like work together, because that's impossible, but like, let's just exchange ideas. And, you know, if somebody's got some success and they want to share how they found it, or if they've got some advice, or if somebody needs some advice, like, when I first got started in the business, I'm like, well, what do I do? Well, I'm going to go buy a guitar and I'm going to learn a bunch of Bon Jovi songs. Apparently that only gets you so far, and you got to figure out something else, you know. But once you end up getting into the swing of things, there's a lot of questions, and nobody's really an expert. And you can watch YouTube and TikTok and all kinds of videos, but what if you were able to talk to folks that were like in your backyard right here in the Midwest, all kind of experiencing the same thing, and just kind of bouncing ideas off each other? And, you know, rising tide raises all ships, man. And that's what we got going here.
That's
We're probably like 6 years in, I think, right now.
And the tide is a rising, Matt. You can feel it.
It's
I've
so
been
fun.
feeling it for months, man. I mean, that's what led me to the podcast. So I became a member back in February.
Right.
I was still working at the factory, 50 hours a week. And doing the whole thing, and I became a member of this association and saw what it was doing, and I was just like, man, this is exactly what I want to be doing. This is exactly the kind of people I want to be doing it with. How do I get more of this? And I kept digging in. March 15th, I released my song Triple Fine,
right.
And the next Monday I went in and I quit my job and said, I think I'm going to be a rock star. Thank you very much.
So now instead of working 50 hours a week, you're working 70.
Yep.
But it's something you want to do.
Yeah, and I'm making no money. I'm broke, but man, I love what I'm doing so
That's
much.
awesome,
I'm getting a
man.
chance to talk to everybody. The podcast evolved out of nothing. I was hanging out with my buddy Dave, and I did his podcast, and I was like, man, that was so easy. Let's review some music.
Let's do some more.
Yeah, and then we created Love Noise. That's our review show, and now we get to do this. And to come here, I wasn't leaving the mics at home, Matt. It wasn't happening.
I love it, man. I love it. It was really cool, too. And I'll say, just like the reach, I would have never figured out who you were had it not been for this organization and the reach that it has. And, I'm sitting here by the Twin Cities, and all of a sudden I see, we've got a new member. And I see we've got this new member that's got a new song, and then he's doing this appearance, and then he's doing this other thing. It's just all about connecting us and expanding the reach. I mean, networking is where all this comes together. You either have a ton of money to start and you can buy your way in, or you can network and you can work hard. And this group is for the networkers and the work harders.
That's right. We're a bunch of doers, right?
Yep.
And everybody's doing and teaching the others.
You got to
as
get
they
that
come
guy,
and
Bill. You need him on this show.
All right, Bill, don't go far. We're going to get you on real quick here. Babe,
is
get
the
him to fill out a form.
Bill, we're going to need you in a minute. Don't go too far.
Yeah, don't fare. Here, fill out one of these. Fill out one of those.
No,
and
you
hang
can
out.
you can
Come
get
on.
Bill on a hot mic. He'll be fine. Not this hot though. You got to wait.
You got to wait.
It's my time, Bill.
Yeah, Hubbard Radio. That's what we love. More radio guys, and come back on. This is great, man. Just hanging out, talking music, talking community, right? And that's what we're really trying to build with the scene in the Sioux Falls area. So it's evolved naturally from that, and we're all about supporting our Midwest Country Music Organization members and bringing more people in. I mean, I tell every musician that I know is like, we don't even have to start our own thing. These guys already do it. They just be part of this, and we'll grow inside of this that we have. And we just had Samuel John on the show.
Right.
And he sent me a song, Set Me Free. Matt, I was in tears listening to it.
Yeah.
When he hits the line, I don't need no agent from Nashville, right? And I'm just like, whoa, man. Yeah, dude, you're speaking it. Yeah. You're singing our song, you know?
Well, there's a path that involves that. But that's not everybody's path.
Right.
And that's what the beauty of this is that you don't need to all be on the same path to find your success.
Yeah.
There's so much about this industry, and I'll open up a little bit of a vein here about it, but like, you know, I'm an artist. I got a band, and we all work, and we all do our thing, and some of the guys in my band are full-time musicians, and other guys in the band are full-time something else, and then they're musicians on the weekends and whatnot. And like, everybody's path is not the same, but what better way to like figure out your path than to be able to talk about everybody else's path and like get the feedback on what they've experienced and what their plan was and how they got to where they were at to help you figure out yours. Like, my idea of success for me, I've already hit it, man. I get paid to like play when I want and play songs I want to play. I don't have to play songs I don't like anymore.
Right, Matt. I think if you get to hang out in rooms like this with people like this and do these things, that you got a pretty sweet gig, right? I feel very fortunate right now sitting here. And
good God, man. If you would have told long-haired trench coat wearing me with a pointy guitar that this is what I'd be doing now, I'll date myself, but, 25, 30 years later, I would have never fucking believed you. Is this radio or is this podcast?
This is podcast. You can say whatever you want here. That's awesome. Well, Matt Graunke, thanks so much
for having me,
We got to get Bill on a mic before he disappears on us,
Absolutely,
man.
my friend. Thanks for having me.
All right, we're still jamming. This is great. Well, I'm here with Cindy of Leavin Page Town.
Hi there.
Hey. from Page Township.
Yep.
It makes
hence
sense
the
now.
name.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love it.
Small town, a little north of Malacca, Minnesota.
Cool. Well, it says you're a country duo, original music. Tell me a little bit more.
Yeah. So my husband and I, Tony, we started this in January. We've been talking about it for years and years. We actually have a cover band called Dram Shop Country, and we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary with them as a cover band. And doing originals is something we've wanted to do for years. And we finally just bit the bullet and did it. Started in January, and we had our debut performance down in Texas in March. And we released our debut single in February.
You've had an exciting year.
Yes, we have. Yeah. Yep. Ride or Die. Greg Huberty produced it for us.
Oh, so. Awesome. Yeah. Greg was just on earlier.
Yeah, he's amazing. So
that's
he's really
so
great.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know what? I think you guys were on stage while we were talking.
Yes.
He was talking about the song that he was performing.
Yep.
That is so cool. I loved the song.
Thank you.
So this is brand new.
Yeah, it is. Brand
and
new.
you're already got some wins under your belt. Obviously, you guys were musicians before and already performing, but now really stepping out there and bearing your souls with the original music.
Yep.
How does that feel for you as an accomplished performer, right? You got a decade under your belt, to really step out now and say, no, we're just going to do the original music. What's that like?
Yeah, well, it is different. It's, I feel like it's a little bit more vulnerable for myself personally. I get a little bit more nervous performing something that we wrote rather than a cover. But it's also very special. It means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a songwriter as well, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Sure.
Yeah. See, and I've been writing songs since I picked up a guitar, right? And not that I haven't learned covers and played all the covers, but I have always been a songwriter, right? So it's nice to talk to several people that are getting into that later in life. And it's like, well, you have so many different stories to tell when you're that. And I love the female songwriters coming out. We had a ladies songwriter night recently in Mitchell, South Dakota. So,
cool.
So we're all about embracing the female songwriters in our scene and really propping that up. And so how awesome, but I feel you about the vulnerability of stepping on that stage. And I'm sure for for female artists even more so, you know?
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm so excited for you guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Appreciate that.
on starting
Thank you.
and getting some out there. You're working with some great people.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's so fun. Well, I'm going to let you get back to your
All
night,
right.
and I'm going to sit your husband down and talk to him now.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank
Have a
you,
great
Cindy.
night.
All right, now we're here with Tony of Leavin Pagetown, the husband of Cindy.
Yeah. Kindly referred to as the husband of Cindy.
Yeah, I bet that happens a lot. Huh?
Yes. And clearly why. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand
Well,
it.
that's great. So she kind of shared a little bit about the band. So that's awesome. Congratulations on finally branching out and doing your guys' own thing with the original music. But she tells me you guys were vets of doing the cover band thing, too. You want to talk a little bit about your history there?
Yeah. We spent, we celebrated, she might have said, our 10-year anniversary this fall. And it was just, it's a hobby cover band that's been a lot of fun, and we've had a lot of cool opportunities and shows that we've been able to do over the years. Always kind of wanted to make that transition into the original music, but never quite felt it was the right fit to bring our music out that way. So we finally took the plunge last year and kind of changed the page a little bit. And
that's just awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I was kind of alluding to it with Cindy as well, that I've always been a songwriter, so it's nice to see.
Okay.
And I've always kind of mixed my originals in with my set, and I've always kind of had a morph where I would trickle them in, and I was never all one thing or all the other.
Right.
It's always been a mix of them, and sometimes, you know, especially when I'm, you know, and I build the scene, and that's what we're trying to do in Sioux Falls now, is that it's hard to get the gigs that to support just the original stuff.
Absolutely,
So we're kind of trying to build out our repertoire and build out a great list of venues and everything, and we're making some headway, man. So we'd love to have you out into South Dakota. We booked for a couple of places, and we got songwriter nights, we got open mics that we run. We're really building the whole thing out, and the podcast is kind of the tip of the spear to that, right?
Okay.
It's my excuse to go and talk to all of these musicians like yourselves, and I got to tune in and hear you guys play, and actually kind of serendipity. I was talking with Greg Huberty while you guys are on stage performing your song that you guys all did together, right?
Correct, yes.
So what an amazing event that we get to take part in here, and all be friends and members, and to root for each other, and it's just awesome, man. So Tony, thanks for coming on the scene and sharing a little bit of your story with us, man. We're going to have you guys on the full show real soon.
Absolutely. Sounds like a fantastic plan to me, Bubba.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, jam night, baby. Scott Kirkhart.
What's up, man?
Man, welcome to the scene, brother.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
It's fucking cool, ain't it?
It is a good fucking time.
Yeah, we're going to bring this up just the hair there. Yeah, there we go, into that big, beautiful face.
Yeah,
Look at you,
thank
man.
You. Appreciate you. How you
I
doing?
see the SK on your hat. You a band leader? You got a band out here?
I play solo. I'm a singer-songwriter,
All right,
so,
cool, man. Cool. So singer-songwriter, you a country artist. I see here. What we got?
Yep, country.
All of them.
I play all the music, yes. I play drums, I play guitar, I play keys sometimes. I do it. I kind of do it all right.
Man, I love it. All right, is that Manson, Iowa?
Manson, Iowa. Yeah.
All right, what the hell's going on down there?
Not much. It's just a little small town Iowa. You know,
yeah, man.
1,600 people.
Yeah, brother, I live in Tyndall. I got you beat. 1,000.
Oh, yeah, right on. Cool.
Yeah, man. We live in a little farm town. Her dad farms about 1,000 acres out there.
Nice.
And yeah, man, we love our little farm life.
Yeah,
and then you get to come to cool things like
this.
Like
this, right?
Yeah,
we kind of do that too. I play music full time, so.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. My son graduated high school, and I worked for FedEx for 20 years.
Yeah,
and I said,
put your time
Hey,
in.
It's time for me to go play.
I'm done with this. Yeah, that's awesome, man. So how long you been chasing the dream down now?
I've been music full time for 2.5 years. Before that, every weekend. But
so a weekend warrior, right?
24.
Yeah. You've been doing it a long time, but now you're fully committed to it. And hey, I'm a new recruit to the full commitment, man. 3 weeks ago, about a month now, I guess, over a month, I quit my job and just doing music. The podcast evolved in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Man, this is great. Well, hey, it's because of guys like you that are willing to sit down and talk with me, right?
Absolutely,
yeah, man. We're spreading the gospel about what we do, and then I put together shows out in South Dakota, and we're getting down all kinds of ways, man.
That's
so
cool.
this is just the start, and we're introducing our fans to you, and hopefully you take this and introduce your fans to our stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to Welcome to the Midwest CMO Award Show, right?
Yeah, man, this is
cool
fucking killer,
Yeah,
man.
it's
So
awesome.
you've been a member for a while, or?
Yeah, about 3 years. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you knew what to expect. We had no idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's every year it keeps getting bigger and bigger,
Yeah.
which is pretty bad.
Well, I tell you what, man, we're from South Dakota. We keep going home and telling everybody, man, you got to get with these people. You
Oh,
got to
yeah.
get with. I've only been a member since February, but I know 3 or 4 guys that have already, or gals that have signed up, and yeah, just keep building the community, right?
Right,
That's
yeah.
what the scene is. So out in Sioux Falls, we're doing open mic nights, we're doing songwriters nights, we're doing all the MCMO things. We're just doing it on our own out in Sioux Falls, right?
Yeah.
So now, being a part of the organization and having more tentacles, right? I get to shoot a lot more content. I make more friends. We bring those friends out for our shows. We trade shows, and it just keeps growing, man. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So you got any show? Are you nominated this weekend?
No, I'm not. I won the humanitarian award last year with my Broken Strings. It's a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
We raise money to give kids guitars all over the state of Iowa.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
I've thought about that. So as I've continued to grow here, right, my musical career is just writing and just really starting to hit some level, right, where there's the attention there, right, that I can do some good now.
Yes,
and finding organizations, and that's been something great. So I think I'm going to get with you, and we're going to get some money into your organization too.
Right on.
Scott, we got a busy night, man. I'm going to let you go. This
Cool,
is great.
dude.
Hey, everybody, that's Scott Kirkhart, and this is The Scene. Thank you.
You bet.
Well, that was a special edition of The Scene from the Midwest Country Music Organization Award Show Jam Night. Next year's show is April 12th, 2025. You can get tickets as soon as they go on sale by going to MidwestCountryMusic.org. You've been listening to The Scene. Remember to go follow us on all your social media channels and check us out at patreon.com/thescenesd. And remember to make yourself part of The Scene.